Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI, the Let's Play Adventure Extravaganza, where today we're returning to our good friend Goots, and always got the little boy here. We've got his pass, we're ready to continue the main quest adventure.
Try not to lose it again.
Me pass? You found it! Oh, thank you so much. Nan would have killed me if I'd come back without it. I'll have to say thanks to Elle and Theo too.
So what about the boy?
You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again, you know who to turn to.
We do. And we already have. Miss L's given us a job shifting the chocobo shit out the stables. And it's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the stones. But if we stick at it, we'll keep ourselves fit.
There you go, and you won't be criminals.
You stick at it then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pass.
That's all right. I've got it back now. And all's well that ends well. Eh?
You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer. I'm gonna save up all my gil and get you to make me a massive sword.
I'll do me best.
Till then, eh?
What a lovely little turn. We truly leave every place we visit better than when we found it, except for that one village where they burned it down after we left.
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
All right. Let's go.
I'm not gonna remember that. Square with the town tower with the bell? It's already escaped my mind. No concept of what our goal is here. Seat of the Imperial Court.
I see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts, and more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother.
It seems wacky, doesn't
That
it?
wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations. I know the fate of your people weighs heavy on your conscience, but if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe
Why not?
what you say, Phoenix.
Tell our brother that.
But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may. What do you know of my blood?
I hate this woman.
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gil.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies!
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
Just kill her. Again, it'll be more satisfying for Clive to do it, but...
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness.
Go punch her in the throat.
Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut.
Sucks that she's kind of hot still,
reduce
too.
his enemies to ash. Till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
That was intentional. So is she doing all of this for her own end games? Is it just because she wants her own son on the throne and she's just like desires more power? Is she a tool to Ultima in some way? I'm just posing these questions. I know we'll get answers as the story progresses, but I'm just throwing out there what my brain is going through right now as I try to comprehend.
And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
Terence,
My prince.
tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you.
Does it kind of feel like...
This is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored.
Okay. See, if in the stars you see that your son is about to betray you in a coup, which then pushes him to betray you in a coup, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy is what we've just witnessed. It's a gosh darn shame. But what can we do about it at this point? We just have to progress the plot now. There's no coming back from this. It's just gonna happen. Also, we're about to destroy another Mother Crystal, methinks. He thinks that's where this doth be leading. You'd like to think that if it was really the mother crystals causing all of the blights, you'd start to see it recede as we destroy the mother crystals and they release their ether.
That these people stood on the brink of war.
They're afraid. They turn to drink to forget their fears.
Anything you want to forget?
Where do I start?
The harbor is empty, and half the market stalls too. The city may seem peaceful on the surface, but it's balanced on a knife edge. Were we to give it a nudge, it might be just the distraction we need to reach the mother crystal.
I thought you might say that. We should send for Gav. We'll need someone to keep the fires we start from going out.
And we can busy ourselves scheming until he gets here.
I'll send a Stolas then.
Sometimes there's certain angles they show us this dog from where he just looks so derpy, and it's adorable, it's endearing, but very derpy. Not always, just certain angles. Oh yeah, the uprising hath begun.
Quickly, run!
Oh, it's this little girl who sells potions. Who hath traveled the whole world. Do you have any salves or ointments to handle this situation?
What's happening?
I don't know. Torgal!
Mighty Leaps! Sounds like a toy. Mighty Leaping Torgal. Available now at all Toys R Us near you. Oof, rip. So nowhere, basically. Unless you live in Canada! I think we discussed that in a previous... Hey, look, there's that red moon. The red star next to the regular moon. The alien spacecraft orbiting overhead. Ready to summon Mata Nui at a moment's notice. It would be great if they tied this into Bionicle somehow. Are you kidding me? Also, finally running on rooftops. Fire in the sky. What about smoke in the water?
The city's on fire.
I'm sure Goots is fine. He'll be making for the square.
Is that the water over there?
Bell tower. In the middle of town, right?
It looks like there is smoke in the water. And then fire in the sky. What a magical day. Do I need to be exploring these rooftops? Because I don't think we'll ever be able to come back to them, so if we miss anything on them, we're going to live to regret it for the rest of our days. Also, the rooftop portion was sadly short-lived.
To be slain on sight, but spare the citizenry. His Highness's orders were clear. The people are to...
Wait, whoa,
Those
whoa.
are Imperial Dragoons.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's an uprising happening, as foretold. Unfortunately, as was accurately foretold. Do we think that this is going to be a successful uprising? Because I kind of feel like it's not. I feel like it's going to end very dramatically and in a heart-wrenching kind of manner.
What in the hell is going on?
Let's go and see.
Right.
How is this necessary anyway for this uprising? We all live in the same house together. We had the opportunity to slay the witch and her offspring and the Emperor if we'd so chose. Dion just like turned it down. It could have been done. No, listen. We're not enemies. We don't have to fight. I think we all kind of want the same thing here. So there's absolutely no reason for us to like be embroiled in any sort of altercation with one another. I'm just gonna like switch between all of these, do something different every time. just for gosh darn it no reason. Also, we're getting pulled way far away. Okay, they should be dropping any minute now. And nope, that's all of them. Okay, I was gonna say we want to be standing here ready to finish them off, but it did the job for us. Can we scurry up here and perhaps find an alternative route that doesn't take us through all these guys? I don't really want to fight them all. I don't feel like we need to. We do not need to be enemies. We could be friends. We could be allies, even. If you were not pushing me into this situation where I'm forced, unfortunately, to kill you. So, let's see. We saw one guy with the staff. There might have been a second. It looks like it doesn't matter, though, because those guys are all dead. And now it's just these knights. Sorry, I was trying to do a big attack there. My finger slipped. This is deeply unfortunate. Oh! Oh, it's a Dragoon Lancer! Haven't seen one of these in a while, have we? Good work, good work. You're doing good stuff here. These guys have, in the entire game, one of the only, like, memorable fighting styles. Sadly, because most other things you fight in this game, it's all just sort of the same fight after a while. And to be fair, this guy is sort of the same fight as well. The thing that, like, makes him different is that at least I can remember, more or less, what his attack pattern is. Because he's got one, right? He'll, like, jump in the sky, and once we get his health down low enough, he'll jump from the sky, and then he'll do it a second time, and you gotta dodge the beams. So I'll give him that. At least he's got some interesting, unique stuff going for him. Not that it's going to help him any, because we're absolutely going to finish him off here.
Too slow.
Yeah, see? And here he goes, this is the second one, so he's at that point with his health.
You'll not finish the job.
Just realized that I wasn't actually... I changed over from the live stream. Good to see what was happening. Oh yeah, you drop that big piece of ice, I'm gonna punch him with the big punch. And maybe that finishes him off?
There's no doubt about it. They're dragoons.
Yes.
What is this then? A civil war?
Absolutely, something of the sort. You can say it's a civil war, I'm gonna call it an uprising. An upheaval. We're overthrowing the wench. Down with her. And her little, like, nasty, whiny son. You know you're never in for a good time when your royalty is complaining that they're hungry. I'm sorry, a large crab? Is that where we're at in this game? We're fighting large... Oh, good gosh. I don't have the patience for it. We've got somewhere to be. Can't you see that we're trying to, like, participate in an uprising, but poorly? I want to help. I don't like the Emperor. I don't like the Empress, certainly. And the kid's somewhat annoying.
Press on to the council chambers. Yes, Captain.
What did they just... I mean, those are clearly men. Are those, like, regular Imperials, not dragoons?
What of the men and women in the market district? The evacuation is complete, Captain.
Oh. They're doing the thing right. They're doing the thing right. They're getting everyone out of town. I respect that. But again, none of this is necessary. We just ask for a meeting with our parents and then stab them.
The bell tower.
I keep saying R. I'm putting myself in the position of Dion. He could ask for that, and then he could just stab. They were perfectly willing to let him stand there, completely alone in the room with three of them, with his sword. None of them would be able to fight against that. Is the kid, like, the Gregor reincarnate? I doubt it. If he is, what's he gonna do?
A goods lift.
I've played an Assassin's Creed. I know what happens next. It should be faster than that, I feel. The counterweight is going to be for lifting very heavy things, and we are not that by definition. Maybe if I guess it'd hold all three of us up at once, even though it didn't look like that in the cutscene. We were all up here at the same time, so mayhaps. Is there anything we can do to, like, speed this process up? See, the issue is I don't really want to waste something like a Flames of Rebirth, because I want to have that for, like, the next encounter, because I'm not going to have the whirlwind. So I could pop it right now and finish these guys off quickly, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to rapid fire like fire spells at them, and then as it drops, just cut them down before they're able to stand back up. Just like what Torgal just did. What a good boy. Torgal, what a good beast you've turned into. Yeah, see, these guys up here, they're going to get the Flames of Rebirth. Hopefully they're all lined up directly in front of me. That would be helpful. Oh, good, they've got little flyers with them. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a limit on how far that attack can reach, thankfully. So we can get right on back here and get these guys. If anyone back there is a healer, we need to finish these guys off before they get their opportunity. Alright, anyone carrying a staff? No. Yes. Wait, maybe? This guy's kind of glowing. He might just be the moonlight, though. That might not be anything. He's a captain. Captain of the guard sort of situation. In that case, yeah, no, he's taking priority here. There we go. Without their leadership, these two will just be useless. Rip in pieces, sir. I think I did see... Sorry, what? Oh, no, the flying fellas. Oh, good. I thought I maybe killed them already. Maybe they just arrived. That was just like a pitiful timing on that. This guy's like something of a boss as well. Well, that's close to being ready.
Well done, Togo.
Let's pull him down, smack his face against the ground. None of our big stone abilities are ready, so I guess we'll just do a little bit of a... Oh yeah, that does like damage to multiple enemies, perfect. And then this does not. That'll get it staggered. We're into a good rhythm here. We're into a good rhythm and rhyme. Torgal and Jill are taking care of the stragglers. I just have to focus on the Elite War Avis.
Soil and stone!
Big punch, and it did not even get hit by that. Farewell, little beast. That was supposed to kill you. I did not realize that it wasn't going to. Maybe Big Punch will? Yeah, there we go. Good. Now, I think I was going to say that I saw a chest around here somewhere, and now I don't see it? So perhaps I imagined it? Maybe right over here? Oh, I must have seen a gate. Is this the intended direction to pass through? There is a chest in here. I did not see this chest in here. I just saw the mark for the gate. And this is the direction we need to go in anyway, so there was a very little chance we were going to miss it. Still, though. I wonder how far we are from the actual castle. We're here to destroy the Mother Crystal, correct? That's our intention on arriving here? It seems like we could participate in this uprising and maybe help, like, Prince Dion get the thing done. But we could also use this moment, this distraction, where everyone's, like, in the middle of combat against one another, civil war, all that nonsense. That would be the ideal time to go destroy the Mother Crystal, because no one's going to be guarding it. Okay, I'm going to try to actually do a parry intentionally now. Because I'm getting pretty good with the blocks, but I want to actually do a parry. And if it's the same timing... Oh, well, I can't pass up this opportunity. We'll have to do it on the next guy, then. Who's that? Why, right. I need to pay more attention to the things I'm picking up. Hey, big guy. That was just sad. You're not the kind of guy I'm going to be getting, like, a parry out of anyway. If you're going to be shooting like, little balls of light at me. It's not really... parrying material. What you really want there is steel being swung in your direction. Why are we blowing up the town? Why are we doing this? Why is this what's being done? This is entirely unnecessary for this uprising. I don't get it. Are we overthrowing, like, their forces as well? No one likes this lady. If we say that we overthrew her, everyone's going to be overjoyed. This just seems like way too much effort. Oh my gosh.
In the prince's name, none shall pass.
Oh, shut up, you. Shut up and feel the flames of rebirth. And then also, you know what? Here's a twister. I don't care anymore. Enjoy this too. You, ye Dragoon Lancer. Again, we don't have to be enemies, me and you. I'm on the same side as you personally. I mean, I might not realize that yet, but I absolutely... I guess, you know what? That's true. Clive, he doesn't know the details of what's happening here. If he did, I'm sure he'd be talking them all down. I'm sure he'd be trying to convince them that he's here to help. Because, gosh darn it, we are here to help. Oh, this is almost not necessary. We're actually full on health. We must have picked up a potion somewhere along the lines then, which is, good news. Why can I get that timing down perfectly, but the exact same timing with the parry is impossible for me? See what I mean? See what I mean? I think it's because I'm just always swinging my sword anyway. And so that's never going to count as a parry. I think it needs to be, or at least the game needs to consider it, maybe even confuse it as being somewhat intentional. No. No, wait, what did he just say? It's not like he said Goots will live on, but there's no shot that's what he said. Why would he? Oh, that raises a bunch of, like, questions and theories, but we know that's not... Uh-oh? Oh. Power's off. Okay, the only thing I have to control any of this right now is before the stream cuts off, I can end this recording, so I'll go ahead and do that. If you're still watching this, you can't see me, the camera's off, but we'll resume later, I guess. We're back, it was a breaker. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, because if it does, that's a bad sign. It's bad. Something's drawing too much voltage that needs to be dealt with, and I will deal with it. But not right now, we're in the middle of combat. Oh, we picked up a potion, lovely. We're doing pretty good on not taking potions right now, which is nice. I think in my mind, when I don't take potions, but I survive and we carry on, that means that I'm better at the game.
Enemies on the road!
Oh my gosh, that terrified me for whatever reason. I did not anticipate there being guys here. And there's not going to be for much longer. That guy's done for. This man is done for. Almost. Sorry, Dragoon Knight. Again, we probably could be allies if we weren't so busy being mortal enemies for some reason. Oh, goodness. I apologize, too. I'm gonna steal your stuff while I'm here, though. Like, don't mistake me as... Like, just because we could be allies, that doesn't mean we're friends. I'm still gonna take your stuff. We have not changed out any of our equipped gear in ages. Like, we've still got that slight boost. I mean, it's a decent boost to healing items. We're not getting rid of that. And then a couple of other little buffs we've got. I've not seen anything come through that was noticeably better. Where is that? Is the heart of this crystal up there at the top of that tower? It's not the giant mountain behind it, I assume. They all tend to be little crystals sort of vaguely attached to the giant mountain. Yeah, no, this is a boss fight. This is a boss fight waiting to happen. I know one when I see it. Okay. There's no reason for us to fight. There's literally, genuinely no reason whatsoever. We can be aligned on this. We're just here to destroy the Mother Crystal. You're trying to overthrow your half-brother and witch, mother, what is it called, stepmother? I understand that. We're just pals. There's no need to knock that. That was expensive. And it took a long time to build.
One of the Dragoon's pets.
And it's gonna take a long time to fix. Oh, so this is not. See, I thought this was Bahamut, but no, it's just the white dragon. I suppose. I mean, we've seen Bahamut, but I don't remember what he looks like. He was only in his form for like 2 minutes.
Nice try.
What do we need to do? Just start throwing like fireballs at this guy? Because I'm not sure how else we're gonna land a hit. Not like that. That's the wrong way to land a hit. This is our opportunity to smack him across the bomb. Beautiful. See, that could have been a parry, but it will never be. Oh, we're actually attacking his head. Appears to be his weak point. Can I not just, like, smack his body? And that will work? Only because I can't see what the heck is happening from that angle. Did I, like, not try to time it? Alright, big boy. To what end, though? To what end was that block? See, if I had attempted... Oh, jeez. If I had attempted to do a precision slash there, I got it... We would have missed and taken damage. We ended up taking damage anyway. I just realized we lost our ability to rope him down because I wasn't paying enough attention. He's angry. He's an angry boy. How about this? What about flames to the face? He seems to be like a frosted dragon anyway. I'm living my life on like a razor's edge right now, convinced that at any minute the power is going to go back off again. I have no idea why it went off. I'm assuming we just overloaded the circuit and that's all there is to it. Don't smell anything burning, but all I did was turn off like a few little knickknacks here and there to like try to spare us. Like, it's not like anything even remotely like difficult was happening in the game so that the PS5 spiked its voltage or anything like that. The capture wasn't any more like difficult than it's normally been. So I don't know. It's disturbing. That's all I can say. Are you healing me? What was that? Was that what that was?
I think it has something in store for us.
You think so? I'm with you, Clive. Oh gosh, Clive, I misunderstood the assignment. Taking another potion. Was that an attack that she did or that he did against us? It's difficult to tell when they both have ice powers. That was definitely a thing that he did. Oh, I hit the shield button. Don't tell me I didn't. I might not have. I was trying to. Might not have got the timing down right. Okay, that time I definitely hit it. There's no shot. You know what? Let's just hit him with fire while he's just floating up in the air. What's he gonna do? Run away? Heck, I don't care. Let's hit him with an aerial blast. That'll be fun. That'll follow him. That'll make like dodging whatever he's doing annoying because I can't tell. But it'll annoy him way more than it annoys me. What's he gonna do? Send bubbles after me? I can dodge bubbles. Have we seen Dragon Dance before? Is this new? No, I think we've seen. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, this just. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, this is the one where he just does everything.
I failed.
Our second death in the entire series. Our second death in the entire series, and it's fighting this stupid dragon. For no reason other than I was too stubborn to heal when I had the opportunity. Had all the potions in the world we could have healed with, and I just said no. Somehow, he's got... Wait, I'm confused. Wait, why is he already missing some of his health? Did it not restart us to the beginning of the fight?
Nice try.
That's odd. I mean, I appreciate it, but also why? I'm not mad. I'm just a little bit confused. Like, what dictates the rules here? Is this gonna hurt me? It looks like I'm standing in a safe spot, but I can't actually tell. It definitely looks like I took damage there. You know what they say? Never look a gifted dragon in the mouth or whatever. They say something like that. Someone says something like that somewhere. Someone at some point in human history has said a sentence that sounds vaguely like that. We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna stick with it. So that didn't take very long to get it back down to half health again, but I'm still upset. We were going so far into this game with only one death, and now we're at 2. And now the floodgates are open for me to die every 5 seconds and just lose track of how many times I've died. That's gonna be such a disappointment. Come on, big guy. The game is going to give us more potions anyway. It's not like it matters. Before the next fight, we're gonna find tons of them just happen to be lying around. Game is really good about that. So we're gonna be fine going into the final encounter. Dragon Dance, right? This is the one where it does everything. We're anticipating it this time. We're ready for it. Unlike last time, we know exactly what we're up against here. Oh, jeez, it is hard to deal with, though, isn't it? I think you gotta be careful what direction you're dodging it as well. Oh, we walked into that. I did not realize they would spread out in that manner. I'm taking a high potion. Just go, what are you doing? Lying down for a nap? Was that just like super exhausting for you? I mean, I can understand it. Just pull that up. Just do it. That'll hurt it while it's in the air. I was going to do Flames of Rebirth, but I don't know if that'll hurt it if it's in the air. And I know for sure this will. And then we can run through here, and you know what? It's on the ground now. So that'll get the darn thing staggered. Or am I gonna have to, like, deal a blow? Can it not be staggered while it's doing this attack? There we are. I don't think we're gonna defeat it during the staggering, but we've got a moment to just waylay it, get back some health. I don't know what Torgal's different, like, what is the difference between Ravage and Sick? I don't know. Oh no, see what I mean? It's so easy to just, like, slide into those. If you're not dodging in the correct direction. This could be our moment. This could be it right here. Big punch to the face. We can all breathe easy. White dragon slain. Blue Eyes White Dragon? No. See, I'm sure that would make a fantastic sword. If we didn't already have a probably better one.
Over here, Clive!
What are you doing? How are you alive, all things considered?
Goots, there you are.
I didn't know there'd be a dragon.
No, none of us did.
All right, let's get out of here.
Oh.
What now?
Is that the Mother Crystal's heart?
What the hell is it doing up there?
Hey, that's him. Is Bahamut gonna destroy it? Or is he gonna eat it? Yeah, I don't know how I confused Blue Eyes White Dragon with Bahamut. Very clearly different creatures. He is aligned with Joshua. Surely Joshua's aligned with us in destroying the crystals. So maybe this was agreed upon. This doesn't seem like the move, buddy. Is he not himself right now or something? This just doesn't seem like the move. Destroying the city, killing civilians? What does this have to do with deposing his father?
Don't do this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Joshua.
We must leave. Now, Your Grace. I beg of you.
This is not what he wanted. Something's happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Forgive me, Yota. But I must put a stop to this.
Your Grace!
Is he about to go full Phoenix? Yes, from the sounds of things. Now, the last time he tried to put a stop to a rampaging icon, it didn't end well for him. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh! Oh, this one's got, like, protective enchantments on it or something. It can defend itself. And it can de-Bahamut. Oh. It's building a shield around itself? It's doing the whole mask life thing here. It's gone full Kanohi Ignika. And now we're gonna have to climb the inside of that thing. It's gonna be a series of staircases, just around and around and around. It's gonna take 3 hours to ascend it. And only then will we be able to destroy it.
So, what do we do now, then?
We destroy the heart.
We might come back.
As soon as the flames die down, the Imperials and the Dalmex will move in. This may be our only chance.
And Bahamut has gone for now. You should get as far away as you can, Goots.
What? And leave you lot in the lurch? I can't do that. If you're staying, then so am I. I packed everything up before I made a run for it, so if there's out yous need, just ask. But I won't be giving it away for free. Nan'd never forgive us if I did.
Thank you, Goots.
What you got, buddy?
Just let me get me stuff out.
The big hammer.
To the big hammer.
Oh, cool. We could do some crafting. That's fun. I mean, there's nothing that we want to craft, but it's kind of fun, and there's nothing that we can really reasonably reinforce. If we had diamond armlets, Not worth it really, though, is it? Yeah, nothing really in here worth it. Okay, well, that was
Anything
cool.
else? I can
Yeah,
make
let's
for
see
you?
your toll. Let's see what you got here, buddy. This is kind of cool. I like this. Do you sell any, oh, he does! He sells Into the Mire and, something lovely, dark, and deep. We could buy both of those if we wanted to, but we don't. What we do want to buy is we want to top up on all the potions we just used.
There you go. Is there
Not
else
that many.
you need?
Not as many as I thought. And then we can sell some stuff if we want to. Because we've got a lot of stuff we don't need. We could sell all of these swords for a pretty penny as well. And I'm sure we could buy them back at some point in the future if we ever really wanted them, but we don't have any use for them because we're not going to ever switch back to using them. What about just selling random old ingredients? Like, what can I get for some of this stuff? Is that like... If I sold all of my magic dash, I could get 20 grand, which is not enough. 15, 17, 32... 32,000 for all my sharp fangs. I need those, though, for something in the future, maybe. I'm starting to see how we could potentially afford all of the songs in the game, though. Just coming through here and selling, like, the goblin coins. I think we can just sell those. Valuable can be traded for gil. Apparently, that's all they're worth. But I don't want to get rid of them and find out they're worth something else, you know? I'm just going through and for curiosity's sake, seeing what I could sell all this stuff for. And it's a lot. And that's good to know. So if there's ever anything we need, like, desperately, we can absolutely go back and buy it. But also, I don't want to sell any of these things. Like, what if I actually really do end up needing at some point in the future? It suggests that the gil bugs are only good for trading, but I don't know that. I just don't know that. Goblin coins, same thing. Valuable can be traded for gil. I'll maybe like look it up on the wiki at some point. Then. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't need to buy anything from him right now. Goots, it's been a pleasure. What if this is the only opportunity we're ever going to have to buy those songs? And then I pass it up. You'd think, I mean, they might be the same ones that Karen's selling. I'm not sure. What if we do a save here? We'll save over Out of the Shadows. And then if it comes down to it, I'll just come back and buy them. And I think we can redo this part of the story, though, at that big stone thing. So surely Goots will still be here to sell us stuff if that's the case. That might be unnecessary to have that save point, but it doesn't hurt.
Drake's tail is right there, Clive. It's time to free Storm from the crystal's curse.
Absolutely it is. Let's rock and roll!
Oh, it's past time. But remember, Bahamut is still out there.
And I dare say we'll be seeing him again before the night is done.
Yeah, stands to reason. They do stand to reason. Ever onward, we carry on.
No more roads.
We'll have to find our own path.
Do you feel that, Clive?
Ether.
Oh. Oh, it goes deep as well. Right. I guess we should have assumed
another flood.
There would be mines around here. Because wherever there are the large crystals, there are also mines, because you gotta be able to mine them. I'm with you on that. Yeah, no reason to hold back. I gotta figure out what happened to the young prince, though. Or young should-have-been emperor. Like, why did he turn? Gosh, this sounds just horrific, doesn't it? Hey, is now a good opportunity to try to, like, I guess not, no. I was gonna say, is now a good opportunity to try to, like, test and see whether or not we can... I'm trying to parry! Do it again, do it again.
Thanks, boy.
Do it again. Okay, if I use that exact same timing... Are you kidding me?! Are you kidding me?! What?! Hold on! No, don't let him get up. Never mind. I've changed my mind. He's ticked me off. How?! It's the exact same timing! Ugh. Alright. What direction do I need to go in? I'm just beyond words. Don't know what to say. I can't believe that dodging and precision blocking and parrying, it's actually like it might not be. I might just somehow be not doing it right. But if I'm doing it right, then it must be that they have slightly different timing, which is ridiculous. See, I'm trying right now, and I'm just not getting it. But if I try to block, watch this. Watch me do this first try. That doesn't count. Watch me do it first try again here in a second. Okay, also didn't count, but watch me do it again first time. Okay, also didn't count. Also, we're about to die. Like, what an awful way to go that would be. What is this thing, a lich?
There must be a way to climb up.
It was a lot easier to fight than that gosh darn dragon. Climb up, you say? Right here, possibly, where the arrows are? I mean, just throwing out guesses here. You know what? Actually, this is probably not the right trail. It did get me a breath of lightning, though, which is a good time. Oh, but if we go this way... Okay, Jill, listen, I know what I'm doing. You just gotta stay on my tail. I'm gonna lead us right through here. No problems. Probably that direction is the right way to go. Probably back here, not even a lick of treasure, so let's go this way. Easy enough decision to make. Clive, I have many questions. So many questions. It's clear this is the direction we need to go. Why are you refusing to do so? Are you alright there, buddy? Okay. We're never gonna get an explanation for that. He just decided to be a silly goose.
Is that...
Yeah.
the Phoenix?
It is.
Joshua!
And he's really bad when it comes to these sorts of encounters.
Occupied.
Oh, Joshua, you're gonna get us killed. The irony. He's been trying to, like, protect us from Ultima, and then he accidentally gets us killed by Bahamut.
Clive. It's too dangerous.
I say protect us. I don't think Ultimate wants to kill us, does he? He wants to inhabit our, like, body or something weird like that. What Ultima wants is to be inside of Clive.
And we will. We just need to keep moving.
Which, I mean, thanks, Joshua, for trying to prevent that. I really do appreciate it. Oh, hi, guys. Hold on. I need you to all... Wait a second. I don't have my twister ready. I'm gonna have to scorch you all. There we go. Now it's ready, but also unneeded. You. Before Torgal gets to him. Just to spite our poor pup. I actually really like Torgal. I don't know why I'm doing that to the poor guy. Let's go. The music still sounds like the combat encounter's happening, but we're just gonna keep moving.
What was that?
I don't know. Just keep going.
He'll kill us all.
Just don't stop moving and you can't die. That's the rules. You ever notice the dead people aren't moving? Makes you think, doesn't it? You just gotta keep moving, and if by definition you're moving, you can't be dead. Alright, so just keep running.
There he is. Joshua!
Now's not a good time to distract him. Unless you're gonna go...
He can't hear you.
What if we went full Ifrit?
Joshua!
Imagine that. What a twist. The Phoenix and the Ifrit together.
Then so should we.
Oh, wait, are we currently scaling this thing? Oh, we are. And we're making, like, excellent time as well. We're scurrying up the side of this thing a lot faster than I expected we would. I thought we'd be on the inside of it, scurrying up. And I assumed that would take just absolute ages. Now, scurrying up this outside definitely is much faster. Also, it could be one of those things where maybe the video game, like, the scaling is a little bit different. You know, what you see versus how it ends up being. That happens from time to time in games. You can't be upset about it, you know? Sometimes you want to present something that's larger than life, but then you do have, you know, a limited amount of time to develop and build it. It's okay. That's why everything I ever build in Minecraft is only like 1/4 of the scale and grandeur I imagine it being. At some point you start building a wall and you think this is going to be the biggest thing anyone's ever built in Minecraft. And then at some point you realize that you've only got a limited amount of time on this earth, and gosh darn it, look how you're spending it. And then it just ends up being a factory to build solar panels, and that's okay. Because that's kept you occupied for like 100 hours at this point, and you've still not finished it. And you keep backtracking on it, because you're like, well, hold on, we got to go back to the beginning and completely reformat the whole thing, because someone just told me that auto-crafting cables are a thing. Oh, we've got all the time in the world, Clive. They're not gonna die. They're main characters. So are you. It's fine. We've got plenty of time. Hold on. Take care of that guy. Get him. Oh, big fella, big fella, big fella! I don't know why, but I just didn't anticipate him charging me down. Do that again. Oh! You can't. It's very difficult to go from that into a block, I'm realizing. So I don't recommend trying. Better to probably just dodge out of the way. I would love to be able to see how close he is to being staggered. He's staggered now. I can see that. But when you're like just focusing on his crotch region with the camera and you're up against a wall, it's really hard to tell. Okay, so he's got friends coming to help him, which means we should probably get one of these pulled out here real quick. Okay, there we go. There's one guy left over there, and it doesn't look like he's actually like in the twister. So Torgal, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you, buddy. Torgal, he's shooting me, Torgal. Please go deal with him, Torgal. I assure you, I can deal with this. Oh, I appreciate the swift recovery. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, there we go. Just panic clicking buttons because I'm about to die. I know, I need to protect myself, I'm aware. We're not gonna take a potion.
Too slow.
Whatever happens as a result of me not taking a potion, I don't care, we're not taking a potion. Okay. I mean, maybe now. Here we go. Oh, is it dead? Oh. Well, that's a bit of a letdown. I like the music keeps going too after everything's dead, just to really rub it in. That is not the direction we're going in. This way, maybe? I feel like we're going to be scurrying up a wall here and somewhere. This is definitely the area. It's very, normally Torgal and Jill are great about going to fight whatever I'm not fighting. And they just didn't in that one. Maybe they recognized that that was a big feller and it would take all of our efforts. It didn't. I did most of the work. They could have gone and fought the other guy. It would have been more convenient that way because he would have been shooting puke bolts or whatever those were at me.
How are they still standing?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought this was just back down to where we just were. Is it not? Isn't this where we just had that fight? Wow, my positioning is totally shreked up right now. I'm very turned around.
He'll be all right, Clive. He's a survivor.
We're getting close.
Oh, what are you supposed to be?
It looks like somebody doesn't want us getting any closer.
I don't care what it wants.
Neither do I.
Okay, well, right off to a good start. So that should take care of his little boys that fly with them? Oh no, they're like a part of him. This is one entity we're fighting here. Alright, well, I don't regret the decision to do that anyway. You know, it should be okay. I love that I've made the decision to fight this guy in the darkness. With just no clue of what he's doing. No, sir. I gotta see what his windups are so I'll know when to block them. Right there, that was apparently one of them. It was so delayed. Any response there was just embarrassing, honestly. This is a necrophobe? I'm sorry? Is this a necrophobe someone who's scared of the dead? Is that what this guy is? Is that why he's fighting so hard? He's scared of, like, being dead, maybe? He fears the dead so much, his worst fear is becoming one of them. Should not be wasting these attacks right now. This is the worst time to do them. Although, I mean, you can do a ton of damage during a staggering. But I prefer to normally use those attacks to get them staggered, which we've just, like, failed to do entirely. Oh, boy, that's just gonna keep following me, isn't it? Elemental what? Dissonance? What does that entail? That's it, huh? I've seen worse. Fire Aga! Oh, he's going to do it again. again, that one's just like not so bad. I'm assuming if you actually get hit by the floating orbs, it's probably a bad one. But like, how hard is that to avoid? Oh, see, we almost jumped into one. That would have been devastating. And then I tried to block that, but guess what? Didn't have shield activated. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and do this now. Just so it can be dealing some like passive damage to him while we continue to slap him.
I don't want to know what that is.
No, nor do I. Oh, shoot. Let's take a potion real quick. Okay, well, we prevented whatever the heck that was gonna be. Oh, get out of that, get out of that, get out of that! I'm way too much in the zone to be talking right now, I'm sorry. I'm like feeling this one in my aging heart. Like it's about to just explode inside my chest. Nope, 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 nope. Oh. We can just land this! Oh, I thought for sure that was gonna get him in the... Come on! And that's it, that's it. One last attack, and he's done. We went through a lot of potions in that one, let me tell you. I want to say something clever about him being afraid of death, but nothing comes to mind. The Favor of Earth, Wind Up, Residual Ether, Earth Aether. Whatever. Yeah, back to the little sparkly dots with you, sir.
We can think about them later. Right now, there's only one thing we need to focus on.
The heart.
I mean, that's not going to be the final fight, though. Because once we get in there, we'll have to fight Bahamut. Probably as Ifrit. And he's going to have 14 stages. And one of them will be really cool. And then the other 13 are going to be very drawn out and boring. If we're going to, you know, compare it to the last boss fight we had against King Koopa, which, my goodness gracious, it was almost cool. Parts of it were very cool.
What? There's someone up there.
You think so? What are you basing that off of? I can't hear anybody.
Is someone there?
Oh my gosh, our opportunity has arrived. No, don't call her that. She doesn't deserve that.
What
sword. Sword out. Get that sword out.
He tried to take him from me.
Kill him.
Oh, my boy.
Kill him now. Kill her. Kill them both. Kill them.
Darling boy.
Stab through him and into her.
You made with the Emperor.
That's our little brother in a way.
Why did you betray us all?
You have no right.
Cut her neck off. Cut her head off at the neck.
Answer him.
We took you in, savage. Show some respect for those who
Slit her throat. Slit her throat. Slit her throat.
Honorable Elwyn, always thinking of his precious homeland. But what worth is a homeland in a world beset by the Blight?
Father did not seek to protect his country. He sought to protect his people.
A leader's duty is not to protect his people. It is to protect the source of his sovereignty. The noble blood that runs in his family's veins. So long as this bloodline remains unbroken, what does it matter if a nation falls? One can always found another. Unlike him, I did my duty. I preserved my line. I bore a son of the noblest blood, to whom the whole world might kneel. That is why I gave Rosaria to Sambrek, that I might join my line with the Lesages and birth a savior of this benighted land, blessed by both Bahamut and the Phoenix!
You sold your country for a child.
Why did he need another? You had Joshua.
I had nothing. You were always your father's son, so very strong and bold and daring, and yet you failed to awaken. Would that Joshua had been granted 1/10 of your strength? Oh!
I was wondering that they showed that goblin roll across the ground. I was like, where's that going to come up again?
Son of a concubine, and my own, not long for this world. The shame of it. The shame of being slandered by one's inferiors. How could
Kill
you
her!
ever know how that feels?
Kill her now!
It should have been you! Why didn't the Phoenix choose you?
Joshua's every waking moment was spent trying to shoulder the burden that you and the Phoenix and the Duchy foisted on him. That's why I became his shield. To help bear the weight.
But
We're getting this all out now.
You
Now let's kill
your
her.
own blood and surrendered your son to his fate.
Kill them now. Kill her now.
My darling boy.
Kill them all. Kill everybody.
I never meant to hurt him. The soldiers' orders were clear. He was to be spared. Why did you survive when the only one I truly cared for died?
Don't say that when we can kill you.
What? Have you not looked out of the window? Joshua is here! The Phoenix lives on! He's battling Bahamut as we speak!
Oh, good riddance. I would rather them not get crushed by debris. I would rather stab her in the throat! She is a traitor. Maybe Joshua will eat her. Can you do that as the Phoenix? Oh yeah, no, he's not well.
Wake up!
Like, don't kill him again. You can't kill him again.
I am a shield of Rosaria.
Torgal, you have a moment. Go eat the woman.
And I will do my duty.
And her little brat. You don't have to eat the brat. Oh, we can stop this. We have the power. Are we about to go, like, is this gonna be epic? Yeah, it is. You'll notice how we had no doubts about what we were about to do.
Ifrit.
Clive.
Joshua.
Listen, buddy, you've been through a lot. Go kill your mom real quick. Someone's got to do it. While no one's paying attention to her, she's gonna slip away. That's gonna be what happens. I'm gonna be so upset about it. She's going to just slip away while this is happening. Yeah, here we go. We could really use some wings. Maybe we can rip this one's wings off. Or maybe we could, like, somehow get Garuda's wings onto Ifrit. That would be pretty sick.
Fuck.
Do I need to, like, dodge? Is it getting bigger? Is it opening up? What's happening? Is it getting smaller? It's got the blue light going into the sky. It's a mid 2010s, early to mid 2010s superhero movie. It's opening up like a flower. It's blossoming. Oh, it's beautiful. Why? What form and function does this serve?
First the heart, then the heart.
I'm not actually sure what I'm standing on right now. I'm gonna have to, like, have another look at all of my abilities, because I've forgotten them here. Oh gosh, we're gonna get hit as soon as we come back in. So we got the aerial combo, the fireball, melee, yeah. Charged fireball, sure. Fireball burst immediately, and then that goes into immediately after fireball burst to do that. Jump, stomp, dodge. Timing a dodge perfectly and all that. Recover. Oh, right, that. Swiftly close in, sure. Pyrosalt. While in the air to strike downward. Okay. Sure. Burn, envelop Ifrit's body in flames. Unleash a powerful attack. Deadly dash. Increase the barrier duration. So use that to create a fiery barrier that erupts in a violent explosion upon release. Hold it to increase its duration, but as soon as it gets struck... It's all coming back to me. Alright. Yeah, no, I'm ready. How about this, big boy? He didn't actually seem all that bothered by it. I don't like this angle. I don't like what's happening right now. Flames of Rebirth. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Josh.
Joshua!
This is cool. It's like Godzilla and Mothra.
No!
Versus Ghidorah. That didn't end well for Mothra in that movie. That wasn't a good movie either. None of them were after what was it, 2014 Godzilla, I think it was? Everything else in that franchise sucked. The worst film, golly, that horrible King Kong movie, Kong Skull Island. That was such a garbage fire, trash, bad, dumb film enjoyed only by the worst members of society. Very opinionated about that film. We've learned the ability Spit Flame from Bahamut. Release a massive stream of light that sears anything in its path. Use L to aim. Press X anytime to cancel. Extended exposure to the flame will cause enemies to become partially staggered, canceling any initiated abilities. Maintaining the flare for its maximum duration, meanwhile, will result in an enhanced finishing explosion. Are you telling me that now is the opportunity to do that? Hold on, I think we want to destroy these things is what we want to do. I feel like I didn't do it quite right. I think I need to work on my aim, possibly. Nothing we can do now other than just, oh, what is this gonna be? Joshua, don't be over here, Joshua. Your presence makes me nervous.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we appreciate it, but also stay clear, okay? It's not necessary what you're doing. Oh! So that's what that looks like, eh? Why did he go rogue?
Can't reach him.
We have a big shield. Don't you just go taking that hit for us, please.
No!
We got big shield. Do big shield. Do big shield. There was no reason for that to happen. We have big shield.
I'll come back for you.
Are we? Yeah, we are. Okay, I was about to ask you, Joshua, now. Move fire, charge fireball, and evade. Use L while holding O to unlock multiple targets. Release O to launch a volley of fireballs at all targets. Okay. This is very odd to attempt to. There we go. Like aim. This is very, very weird. Basically, I mean, it's not unlike any other game you've ever played, right? You move yourself around with one stick, you aim with the other stick. It's just, I guess the perspective of it all is rather weird. We could have used O there to aim at all those targets, I suppose. There doesn't seem to be any kind of charge on that either. Yeah, that's just like basic normal attack for us.
Your Highness!
This is more like it.
Stop this! Please think of your people!
Yeah, he's somehow lost himself to it all, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. He's not thinking it through properly. He's going into some sort of like rage mode. These are way easier to take out with the big laser beam. Also, he can do a big laser beam too. Is this an ability that Clive is going to have? Oh, well, I guess we kind of do. We all have big laser beam power now. To some extent.
Where is he going?
Up. He watched Iron Man the other day. There we go. It's almost easier to not even bother trying to aim with the other stick and just like position him where we need him to be for the shots to land. I feel like that is somehow working a bit better, even if it's not the thing that's meant to be done. I know we're giving up some like potential maneuverability to do that, and we're definitely keeping ourselves in the line of fire more so. But it's a lot simpler. This doesn't seem to be dealing all that much damage to him, though. Like, regardless of how we execute the attack, I don't feel like we're doing any damage at all. Is this like the Death Star attack?
By the founder! Those things are drawing in more ether than I've ever seen!
Well, that can't be accurate. Not drawing in that much. Are we, like, weakening this thing with every attack that we perform? Is that the deal? Every single one of these balls that we break? And if we don't get them all broken before the attack lands, then what? Oh, jeez. Has that dealt, like, a great deal of damage to him? Because that's what you'd like to see happen. See, now we're damaging him. I didn't see any damage happening beforehand. If we just, like, fling these at him, that seems to be, like, way more effective. Okay, there goes the frames.
Don't you dare! Clive! Thank the founder! It's now or never, Joshua.
Where were we that whole time? Also, can I tell you what I like most about this fight is that he's got his same health bar from where the fight started with moments ago with Joshua, or it might be the same one with Clive. I don't know. What I like is that it hasn't just arbitrarily refilled. See, big shield. It's a thing that we have. We should use it more. Oh, we're doing it together, and we're not hitting anything because we can't aim any further up. That was beautiful. What a beautiful moment we shared together as brothers, doing nothing. The music is extremely epic right now. But it's got like a fun little note to it as well, which is interesting. Definitely doesn't feel like anyone here is about to die. We'll see. What is this gonna be? I don't know if the music fits what's happening. I don't dislike it, I just don't know if it really sets the mood properly. Why am I hitting the attack button during this? Are we about to throw our brother as he's casting a shield at this guy? Because that would be a bit funny. Just be smacked with a shielded bird. I kind of hate that this isn't a bad guy we're fighting. This is a guy who we could be friends with, were things going just ever slightly differently. Who Joshua is friends with. They conspired to overthrow an empire together, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get better friends than that in life, do ya? Oh, yeah, no, this is much more brutal this time. And I just realized, like, we're doing all of that, and it kind of, like, froze the stagger gauge a little bit during the process. which meant that we still have more time to deal more attacks. All right, now we just like lob. Oh, see, now would be a great time to have that charged up ray of energy, but unfortunately I do not. And now we just can have Mega Flare coming at us. He's so close to being dead, though. He's like so genuinely close to dying. Gosh, we better go ahead and use one of our heals.
Good work, Joshua!
That would be just the worst to die under those circumstances. I think that's it. I think we did it. I think that might have been the killing blow. When we shout that, does Joshua actually hear us? Are we saying it in Ifrit speak and he understands that? Or is he just hearing our voice in his head? Or are we just saying it and he's just interpreting that now's a good time to attack, so it's just like a funny coincidence? Ah! Sorry, I took my hand off the controller because I was watching the events unfold. Bahamut defeat. Do we absorb some of his powers now? Because surely Dion's not about to die. Surely. And surely he's going to explain, I'm sorry, I lost myself. Ultima took over my brain. Something like that. 50 sharp fangs to add to the collection. The walls came tumbling down in the city. Oh no, he's still alive.
What now?
Was that not even his final form? Because that felt like a pretty decisive, like, final blow. Oh, no, don't eat the mother crystal.
This is drinking the ether. We have to stop him.
Ooh. Fireball? Aww. I guess it wasn't his final form.
No! I'm here.
Both got cooked. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
Joshua, are you all right? Damn it! You have to be stronger than this. Come on, Ifrit. Show us your true power.
Maybe we can combine together, proper anime style, and become one being. That kind of looks like what's happening. Or our brother's just picking us up by the talons, which is also fine. Or maybe that is what just happened. Have we just absorbed the Phoenix? You alright, Joshua?
Have we become one? This may be enough.
It's like a Toa... Was it Kaida? Is that what they were called when they would combine together?
We can. And we will. Together.
Oh my gosh. I'm okay with it not being his final form now. I'm okay with this, but it depends on what they do with it. Are we in space right now? We are in space. There can't be fire in space. There's no oxygen.
Are you ready? Ready!
Also, how is he flying in space? There's no air! Enhanced versions of most of Ifrit's abilities are available for use as Ifrit Risen. Or Ryzen, if you're so inclined. In addition to Wildfire, Ifrit also has access to the ability Lightspeed, which, similar to Phoenix Shift, allows swift approach to a target. Lightspeed can be executed by pressing X. All abilities available while embodying Ifrit Risen can be confirmed in the Abilities tab of the main menu.
How can we hope to match such power?
By trusting in our own.
Yeah, you tell him. It's all just like the colors and lights at the moment, but I think I'm good. I think we get this. He's gonna have like a, there we go. And now's maybe a good time to do this. I don't think it matters where we shoot him at. I think no matter what, this is just gonna hurt and be unpleasant for him. I'm trying to get up like close to him so I can start punching him. I don't know if doing that while he's got a Giga Flare active is probably the best idea. I'm gonna assume no. For some reason, oh. Disregard whatever I was about to say, I don't remember it anymore. These like mines of some, oh. I mean, we could not. No, but we will. We absolutely will. See, we'll just go behind them, and then they're no threat to us. See how that works there, buddy? Oh, okay, well, now this is an issue. Maybe trying to reach him during that wasn't the best move. I assumed we could get through those to him, and that was a wrong assumption to make. Just gonna keep precision dodging away from that. This is insane. Hey, while we're up here, can we fly to the Red Star? That is, like, definitely an alien spaceship of some kind, just while we're in the area? Sorry, what is he doing? Celestial Foundry. That sounds scary. Oh, I was gonna say if we were in its direct path, but we are. I thought because we were next to him, and it looked visually like we were on the other side of that wall, I thought we were fine, and we were not. That's on me. I misunderstood. That's okay. That happens sometimes. Oh, no, don't do whatever that is. Don't do Terra Flare. Don't do that, whatever you do. Don't do... I don't know what a Terra Flare is, but don't do it. Get closer to him. Get closer to him. Don't want this to happen, whatever it is. It seems like this is going to be what kills us if we allow it to occur. Okay, there we go. We put it into it. We got him staggered. Don't want to take... If I can avoid it, I don't want to take another firelight. Oh, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to avoid it, because we're once again in this thing. Which seems like you'd be able to just get through it, but it doesn't look like you can. We're taking firelight. You know what we could have done there was used our shield that we have completely charged up and that we're just not using. Okay, yeah, this again. Now is the opportunity maybe to use shield? I'm hitting the button and I didn't time it right! Oh, I tried and it seemed like it was gonna work. It probably would have. What about this from a distance? Does it hurt to use it from a distance other than just like aiming it being more difficult? I mean, we're technically damaging him. It's not quite as visceral though, is it? Ooh. I feel like we're about to deliver the final blow. He's so low and it cuts to a scene like this. This is definitely like press X to finish. Or press square more like. Is he snapping? Wake up, Bubba. We're in space. We need to go to the Red Star. There's answers there that we can get.
What in the hell?
Oh, he's breaking the Matrix.
He would burn the world.
This is a computer program after all. Oh, it's a Zeta Flare. Oh, I watched Donald Duck do this once, and it didn't end well for him.
Not today. Come on, Joshua! This ends now!
Press X so hard that you destroy Bahamut. Oh. I definitely thought the game had frozen for a minute, but no. Ugh, 3,000 experience, that's it. We also got a light shard to probably create a new sword that we're not going to switch to. Thank you, Gilliam, in the live chat. I appreciate that. Thank you for the GGs. That's the mother crystal. Let's smack it. Or maybe the fall to Earth will destroy it as well. Oh yeah, Dejan Mustard. We should probably get him. Now let's not break it. That's our ride down. Now all that ether's going to be lost to space instead of going back into the planet. Does Ifrit have fall damage? Can he just fall to the ground and be okay? Oh, she's still alive! Jill and Torgal has had every opportunity to make sure he's not. Wait, what? Why are you back down here now? What? Oh, we're just not going to see him land then. Oh, good. If we're coming out of Ifrit form, you have no fall damage. You can survive a drop from literal outer space. Embrace. Please, thank you!
My brother. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're alive. We both are. Nothing else matters.
Now,
I never dared hope that I would see this day.
Let's kill Mom. Together.
Reunited at last.
Jill.
Okay, now you have some explaining to do.
This is for my father.
Oh. Was he Ultima all along? What the heck? Please kill her now, too.
It is done. The demon that would tear our house apart is no more.
Oh, this man is not well.
Father.
Kill the winch. Ding dong. The witch could be gone. if you run her through with a sword.
The Mother Crystal. It's
Ding
collapsing.
dong. The longer she lives, the more I
We need
start
to
to feel
leave.
bored.
No.
The only thing to make the game exciting is to kill the winch now. Chop her up. Toss her out. Let her be eaten by cows. Cows. I don't know. I'm trying to do rhymes. Yeah, let's rescue him. Let's rescue him. I don't know why he destroyed half the town, but let's rescue him. Let's leave her here to figure it out for herself. But if we leave her here, she'll survive. If we leave her here with all of this falling apart around... Oh, yeah, well, we're going to absorb his powers real quick. With the world falling apart around her, she will still somehow survive. You understand that? Has it ever been painful before to absorb the abilities?
Report, Captain.
Can nothing be done to call them off?
I regret not, Your Radiance. The Dragoons answer to none but His Imperial Highness. The Council is powerless to intervene.
Is this before or is this right now?
Focus all efforts on extinguishing the fires around the capital. The city can wait. Don't dally, man, go!
Your Radiance.
And I want you to find out about the Dalmec's movements.
By the light! Dion, have you taken leave of your senses? Call off the Dragoons at once!
This must be a
Fear not.
flashback.
The populace will come to no harm at their hands. I am here to save you, Father.
Save me?
A creeping darkness hides in the heart of Senbrek.
We did not need to have the Dragoons attack the city for this. We could have just walked in here and slit her throat.
Not another word, Dion.
Father, though you may not see it, the darkness has taken hold of you. It has made you forget yourself. But I bid you remember, there was a time when you ruled not with cruelty, but with compassion. Why now do you turn your back on your people? Why now do you seek to stoke the fires of war? You too have borne witness to this change, Your Eminences. And you know, as well as I, who is responsible for it. A puppet now sits upon the throne, but cut his strings, and the Master loses her power!
What?
Dion, you bear steel before your Emperor? Guards! Take him!
For every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. Those were your words. But when the last of your citizens has fallen, and all of their homes have been reduced to ash, what will become of your empire, of its rulers, of your god? As the Mother Crystals crumble one by one, and the Blight sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear, our people look to their Emperor for protection. Yet he labors not to secure their futures, but to seize what is left of the twins for himself. Even if it should come at the cost of everything his loyal citizens have labored to build.
Dion, you must understand.
A small price to pay, is it not? You've been blessed with great power, Dion. Enough to win me the world. So go, claim Valisthea for me, brother.
It's the most I've ever heard this child speak. Oh. Oh. That is a heavy burden to bear there, killing your own father, but he did run in front of a spear. There was other ways to address that situation.
Dion.
Oh, kill her too. We have. Well, we're not going to. We already know it's a flashback. We know what happens here.
Guards!
Father.
Poor father. How he doted on his children. That he would die to protect me was plain. It was but a matter of when.
Has the kid always been a little devil?
You did well to endure so long. But you broke in the end, as I knew you would. And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks. Go, Bahamut. Kinslayer.
Break his neck. He's not going to. We know what happens. I understand now why he snapped. So we got our backstory. We got our answer as to what happened. And I guess we just absorbed that story.
Brother?
And the weight of the emotions of it all. We being Clive.
It's a long story.
Kill her. You have the power to do this, Joshua.
You cannot stay here, Mother. Come.
Leave her. Don't leave her! She'll find a way to survive! I need to see a crushed and mangled body. It's not enough to leave her as the building collapses around her.
Get away from me! This is all just a dream, just a bad dream! You will not take me, Shadow! You will not take me!
What does she see right now? Do it, 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 do it! Take another step toward her, Joshua. Do it! Come on, do it! We're so close! We're so close! Do it! Do it! Do it! Yeah! Woohoo! Ding dong, the witch is gone, witch old witch. That wicked, well. Oh, good riddance. Don't look sad. Get out of here. She killed Dad. It only would have been better if one of you had done it. That would have been the only thing that made it better. But we all did it together. It was a group effort. We drove her to it. That's right. Gilliam in the chat. We did it. We defeated the main enemy of the game. The world is a better place now. Leave her to be crushed by the ruins. Don't feel bad. She literally betrayed you. She put your brother into, like, soldier slavery. Come on, she got your dad killed. She's not a good person. Oh, she's Mom. She raised us. Mom's awful. And now she's getting buried under crystal. Literally destroyed by her own hand. It's beautiful. It's like when Shania, self-deletes in Xenoblade 3, and you just can't help but be like, good riddance.
Blurs the boundary between your own will and that of others. Then we shall set you apart once more.
No one's impressed by you, Ultima. Bug off, you four-armed freak.
The ties that bind you shall be severed, and humanity return to its proper place.
So what is he, one of the Fallen? Is that the idea? They're all four-armed?
By primogenesis shall a new age of reason begin.
He's got like a reverb on his voice that makes him sound something like a robot or an AI. Could be an alien, I don't know.
Relax,
Twin flames.
Your Majesty.
Sometime later...
Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
If that is your wish.
Men, you are as meek as all the others.
So Benedicta is dead. Am I looking at Ultima Benedicta or
feeble creatures?
It's something along those lines, yes.
Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to fickle emotions which usher you to your doom. And so you bind your fragile wills with strands of consciousness. The wretched handiwork of a wretched people.
The sons of fire were united at last, and for but a moment their flame burned bright. Soon Muthos shall become our perfect vessel.
And then shall the world be remade.
Not before the bonds are severed, of trust, of respect, of love. Only when every strand of consciousness is cut away, may Muthos return to our side. By primogenesis shall all be undone. Mankind shall be rid of his wretchedness, and Muthos of his will. But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew. And so we bid you, find Muthos, and sever every one.
To destroy that which has no physical form, you ask the impossible.
There is nothing your black blade cannot cut, Odin. We shall unite with Muthos and bring forth a new world. So long as our vessel remains unclaimed by humanity.
It shall be done, Master. My will is yours. Mother.
You just took everything I had. You just took it all from me just then. Why mother? Why mother? Why turn into his naked mother? Why? Oh, Japan, why? Oh. Ugh. Oof. Oh, I can't recover from that one. I'm not going to. Just not going to.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Things fall apart. Clive has claimed a portion of Icon Bahamut's essence. Attuning with Bahamut not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic power, but also allows out, yeah, we know all about this. Use Bahamut's iconic feat Wings of Light to begin casting Mega Flare, an immensely powerful spell that showers enemies with a deluge of searing light. The longer the spell is charged, the more powerful the result. Press O to cast the spell when ready. That's fun.
Talia won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otter has to say.
We could do that. I'm sure there's plenty of other things to do around here now that we're back. But all of that will have to wait until next time. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you later. Goodbye.